am going to color my hair for you guys, and I'm going to give you some hacks. These are going to be things that will give you that salon look without having been to the salon. Let's get started. Coloring and drinking, always fun. Makes it more entertaining for you, my curlies. Hello, my girlies! Erica here from Coils and Curls. Welcome back to another Frizz-Free Friday. It is a Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m. So cheers, working on a weekend, of course. Anything for you. So if you think about it, after you color your hair and you go about your business and you wind up with, I don't know, an inch or two of new growth, you decide it is time to touch up those curls. Because your ends have lightened through oxidation, this means that you can create lowlights just by recoloring your hair, which will give you that highlighted look without the highlights. That's one of the hacks I will show you. I'm also going to give you a couple of tips on how to prevent your ends from sucking up the base color and becoming way too dark for the rest of the hair. I have switched my hair color to a line. Shhhhh Ionic color is ammonia-free. So I thought I would give it a whirl. I seem to like it. I'm playing with it still. I'm trying to get comfortable with it because I wait too long to do my color in between, and I don't do color on people. So in my playing with the Shhhhh color, I realized I needed one of their segments in their color that was meant for more than 50% gray hair. Yes, I needed to go there. I originally went with a 7N. Now 7N is a 7 neutral. Level 7 is considered dark blonde. Now I don't look blonde to you, do I? This is where it gets a little tricky, especially if you're using a boxed color, because the colors always tend to run a little bit darker than you think they should. So that if you pick that dark brown, you are going to be dark. There will be no highlights to be seen. Keep that in mind as you're choosing a color. The last time I went to my professional store, I picked up the 57N, which does better gray coverage. I felt like I had too many highlights close to the scalp mixed with my still dark color, and I felt like it was giving me more hot roots. The term hot roots really means just that your new growth, especially if you're gray, is lighter than the rest of your hair. What I'm going to do is equal parts of the 57N and the 7CG, which is copper gold. This is going to be just for my new growth, and then when it gets time to pull it through, I'll be mixing up a batch of something that's a little lighter, just so that it'll blend nicely into the lighter ends. I'm going to get everything in the bowl now before we mix it up. I wanted to show you the difference in colors when you're mixing professional brands. This is the 7CG, which is the copper gold. This is the 7N, which is the 7 neutral. So I have 60 grams. Now I'm going to add 60 grams of the 10 volume developer. Now I added my 60 grams of developer, and it's time to mix it. The reason I'm using 10 volume is because right now all I need is depositing color, which is what 10 volume does. I don't need any lift, which is what 20, 30, and 40 volume do. I'm going to finish mixing this up, section my hair, and then we'll apply. Now that my hair is sectioned and my color is mixed, it's such a pretty color, isn't it? I am going to start the color application, and I'm going to start in the back. The reason you start in the back is there is a higher oil production in the back. If you have super thick hair, then you might want to take 1/8 inch sections. I know it sounds small, but you want to get all of the color on either side of that section, and the only way to do that with a thick head of hair is to make sure that it's thin enough that you get coverage. Someone like myself, whose hair is a little thinner than it used to be, gets to take about 1/4 inch. I tend to do both sides so that I can take a thicker section, and that's just because I'm lazy. The first thing I'm going to do is to get the nape of the neck. And now I'm going to take the next section And yes, I am doing this all just by feel, so it is definitely not technical. I'm going to finish applying to the back, and I will come back and show you how I do the front. Now that my back is finished, I am afraid to let you take a look at it in case it doesn't look good. Because as a hairdresser, we kind of slap it on in a half-assed fashion. At least I know I do. And since my eyes have become less able to see without glasses, I don't really want to make glasses dirty, so I don't bother putting them on. I just kind of feel my way through. I'm going to start now on the front. The first thing I like to do is to start where I am the most gray, and that is my temples. I finish applying to both sides, and when I'm ready to pull it through, I'll come back and show you some tricks. Now that my new growth has finished processing, I sprayed a little bit of water all the way around on the ends. This way, my ends will not suck up as much color as they would if they were dry. What we're going to do is we are going to start in the back. So what I did is I mixed up about 25 grams of the CG, the 7CG, and then 10 grams of the 7N. And so I'm just grabbing big chunks at this point, and what I'm doing is I'm putting the color from where I had stopped the new growth color, and I'm adding some of the rest of the color that I just mixed. Now, you have to remember that most hairdressers, when we do this, we're kind of doing a half-assed job on our back when we're doing it to ourselves. When we're doing it to clients, that's a different story. But when it comes to us, we just kind of slap it on and we hope for the best. So what we do, we'll stick it in the area and then we'll just kind of mush it all together. There's my word, my favorite word, let's mush it. And again, you want to keep it off the ends for right now because you don't want them to suck up so much color, because that'll make your ends very dark. My ends still have no color on them, but I have mushed it in the rest of the way. Now for the front. There are a couple of ways to do this. You can do it a basic slap on kind of thing, or you can do it a little more professionally. So I'll show you what I mean. What I'm going to do is take a thick section. I'm putting the color from where my initial application was, and I'm putting it on the mid-lengths of the hair, and I'm avoiding the ends. And now you just want to gently mix it so that you do not have that line of demarcation. And I'm using quite a bit so that I can really just mush it through and not have to spend so much time in applying it. Now the other way of applying so that you get more lowlights than coverage is you take your wide tooth comb and you slather color onto it. And then what you're going to do is you just comb it down. And do you see how it's depositing just on a few pieces? And then if you bring it all the way down, you're creating those lowlights. Now, I'm not in the mood to do that because it's a little more technical than I would like to deal with right now. And now I'm just going to smooth it through the rest of the way and leave it on only about 5 minutes or so. Maybe 10. And that's why you wet your ends, so that this way they're not sucking up all that color for 10 minutes. What happens is the base colors, so in this case, it would be copper and gold. If I wasn't using the 7 neutral, then it would grab all that copper gold. And I don't know if I'm ready to go crazy yet. I still feel like I need to be a mom that isn't doing crazy stuff at the age of 56, almost 57. I'm going to go shampoo this out and do a deep conditioning treatment. And then when we come back, we're going to see how it looks. One quick tip, in order to remove the color from your skin, is wipe it off and you can see the line. What you're going to do is take a little bit of the color that's still in your bowl. You're going to work it into the skin, and then take something to wipe, and you see it's less intense. And now I'm going to go shampoo this out. This is definitely better than what I did previously because I didn't use enough of the 7N for gray hair, and I have better coverage. So I'm really happy with that. I might even mix a separate batch of just a little with some extra 7N in there. I just feel like I want it to be darker. And for all I know, what's bothering me is the fact that you could see scalp. You never could see scalp. And now you can. I think that's what's throwing me off because it makes it look gray when it's flesh colored. Like if we look over here, when you lift, it's not my old head of hair. And dare I say, this younger generation, they don't know how good they have it. Okay, that's really frightening, but they don't realize that eventually you're going to be able to see your scalp, and you're not going to be very happy either. Little whippersnappers. Can't believe I'm saying these things. This is what my new formula gave me. And if you notice, the ends aren't too dark. They don't look darker in comparison to the rest of the hair. And because it's only one shampoo, it will look lighter the next time I cleanse. And that's when you start to see those highlights in there, or lowlights, however you want to look at it. Depending on what company's color you're using, make sure you read the instructions because sometimes companies tell you to emulsify it out, which means adding some water, massaging, squeegeeing, adding some more water, massaging, squeegeeing. Then there are other companies that tell you to rinse it out, shampoo and condition, and you're good to go. You have to make sure you read the directions for the manufacturer so that you make sure you're getting the most out of your hair color. Last night, after I emulsified out the Chi Ionic hair color, I gave it a really good lather with the Olaplex No. 4 Bond Maintenance Shampoo. I rinsed that out, and wow, that lathered like more than I think it did previously. I'm not sure, but I think so. I used the conditioner and then rinsed that out, put in a leave-in. This way there was nothing product-wise coating my hair. I wanted you to be able to see the true color of it. Biggest thing after coloring your hair is making sure you replenish the protein because the protein gets damaged when we do chemical services. Whether it's a bond repair or it's a protein reconstructor, whatever it is, use it because that's what you need in order to get your hair feeling good again. I definitely felt yesterday after my hair dried that it felt very soft. It was kind of funny, but today it's a little more coarse feeling. Well, my curlies, this has been another Frizz-Free Friday with moi, and I hope I see you next week. Don't forget, pass me around to everyone you know. I appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate it. I need 1,000 subscribers, so I'm really hoping to get there really soon. Thank you, my curlies. Ciao for now. It's Erica here from Coils and Curls. Welcome back to another Frizz-Free Friday. You decide it is time to touch up your curls. My mother and daughter said I talk too much with my hands. I am going to try to stop. So I'm going to put my hands behind my back. Oh, family. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah. I'm using my hands again. I see it down below. Hands at your sides. Low lights just by recoloring your hair. And I'm using my hands again. Chi Ionic. I think I got it. I think I can. This is a light blonde. Or no, dark blonde. I picked up their 50 I can't see. So I'm hoping. What did I do with my glasses? Oh, but it's backwards. Which is when your roots are, when you're new. And especially since my eyes have become less, I put it on the wrong way. Uh-oh. The hell is that? What else? Last night, after I rinsed out